Hello. Forgot to unmute my mic. Welcome back. I'm here once again to play more goddamn fucking Minecraft. Oh, shit. Yes, let's work on that while we wait for Matt. So Matt is supposed to be joining me tonight. Oh, what were we doing here? Yeah, I don't know why. I just really like the way this... Yeah, I do really like the way that looks. So anyway, birch stairs, cobblestone, birch planks. Oh my god. And I do have wings on, that's good to know. Alright, yeah, so some cobblestone, get some birch. Man, am I gonna have to redo my sprites when the new textures come out? It's gonna suck. Is that going to be enough? I feel like I need to cut down more birch. Yeah, I'll probably want to hit that up soon. Rasinka! Hi. Well, thank you for stopping by for a bit. You know, Rasinka, it means a lot to me that, you know, after all this time, you still come in here and you hang out with me like every fucking time. I may have reverted back to only getting a few viewers a night, but the viewers I'm getting are the absolute cream of the crop. But yeah, how are you doing, Rasinka? How's everything been for you this week? Okay, down we go. So I think I did 6 blocks between pillars. Okay, good, good. And then 1, 2, 3. That's right, that goes there. 2, 3. Not too bad. It's good, Rasinka. How am I doing? Man, I'm great. I don't know why. I am just so happy to be playing Minecraft tonight, and you know, it's been a very busy week, but tomorrow's Friday. I don't know. I really start to perk up on Thursday nights because it's like, oh man, I have a whole weekend ahead of me. Fridays are my half days at work. So just, it kind of feels like the weekend already. Yeah, weekends are just the best. It's actually been kind of nice that I've been so busy at work because, like, there's something to be said about just being so busy that, you know, you're just constantly moving, and before you know it, the day is over, and you know, I don't know, having time like where you're not busy and you're able to just sit there and let your mind wander, I feel like, well, sometimes it's nice to have that break, other times it's kind of maddening. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I went too far on this. Herpader. Okay, let's try. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Wait, is there 7? I am so confused right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, it was 7. I thought it was 6. I'm so stupid. Busy is good. You hate not having anything to do. Yeah, I don't know. After being busy for a while, though, like, I really like having sometimes just having that break. Or you can kind of just be kind of lazy. But too much of it is definitely a bad thing. Alright, sounds like Matt will be on momentarily. That's right, we want that there. We're putting it in 2 blocks from each pillar. You know, I wonder how much it really matters for stuff like this to be symmetrical and the spacing to be even. Like, I wonder how noticeable it would be if I just spaced it out more randomly and didn't waste so much time. Yes, Rosinka, I will definitely tell Matt hi for you. We are going to work on the aquarium more. I bet we're going to finish it. I don't know. Call me an optimist. Yeah, I feel like we've got enough of it done that we should be able to get it fully done tonight. And yeah, I think we're gonna fill it up by just putting a layer of dirt, you know, 1 block in, and then just filling it up 1 block with water, and then knocking out the bottom and letting it all fill up that way. Okay, like that, and like that, that. Is she saying, "Oh, I'm your cousin"? You're sure we'll get it done? Well, thanks for the optimism, Rosinka. Always much appreciated. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at that. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, now we need to go in like this. And then we need to do this. Awesome. Your best friend is like the most amazing person ever. She's like minimum 20 minutes late every time we catch up. Good thing in this case, because it means I get to hang out with you for a bit. Oh my god, Rosinka, that is so sweet. You know, seriously, this whole deciding to like get all crazy about Minecraft and stream it was just one of the best decisions I feel like I've made in a long time, because seriously, I feel like we've got such a sweet little gang going on here. I would have never been able to meet such cool people. It's just awesome. I really can't wait to play Minecraft this weekend. Get some nursing home time in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, I hate it when that happens. It's driving me crazy. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Rosinka. Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
What's up, Matt?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Good. Has the stream started?
Yep. It has. So.
Cool.
Yeah, man. How has your week been?
Good. Get a final interview tomorrow. I've been playing lots of Red Dead Redemption.
Best game you've ever fucking played?
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I've been hearing so many incredible things about it. Like, I almost want to go buy a PlayStation 4 Pro just so I can get it and play it on higher, like with better graphics, and go buy a 4K TV and everything just for that one fucking game. That's what I want.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I mean, even the menial tasks have a purpose, and they're not the. It's slower paced than I thought it was gonna be.
I love that though.
Except for like the action scenes, it's really fast paced. I mean, and there's so much. I mean, it's like your ultimate definition of an RPG.
And dude, and I love that they have the balls to just like take a risk and make a game that's so much slower paced and more deliberate than other games. And like, I don't know, I think that's a bold artistic choice, and it sounds like it really paid off, because not everything needs to be like a fucking Destiny Twitch shooter.
Yeah, like every single task is like a chore almost, like cutting wood. Like, it's not something you just like click a button and wood is cut. You gotta cut every fucking lump. And then
fucking
just
awesome.
Just like the little nuances about doing everything is like taking a bath. You gotta, you know, scrub your left arm, scrub your right arm, scrub your hair, left leg, right leg. You know, I mean, it's not. Yeah, there's so many little details that you just really appreciate about the game.
So Rosinka, first of all, Rosinka says hi, Matt.
Hello.
She's very, very happy to see you tonight. Seriously, whenever I stream and you're not on, Rosinka always asks, "Is Matt going to be on tonight?" And
She's got the hots for me.
She does. She has the hots for you, Matt. You're a hot man. But she also said that she hears the ponies in it are amazing. And I just can't believe they modeled horse testicles and like shrinking and growing based on temperature.
Yeah, like, there's so many little details about the game, not necessarily horse testicles, just like how the horses behave and react, and they're it's just so funny. I was just kind of riding along, and sometimes you'll just meet like random people out in the world. And this guy goes, "Hey, partner," da 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 da. He's like, "This damn horse is, like it came off the wagon, and he's like picking its hoof." And,
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey," and your character's like, "You need any help?" And he's like, "No, I got it, stupid horse." And he smacks his ass and drops his, puts his foot down. Then the horse goes, BAM! And fucking just kicks the guy right in the back and kills him. Like,
Killed him? Oh my god.
Oh, it was so
That's
funny. I was just
amazing.
standing there just watching this guy like clean his horse's hoof and he's not paying attention. He starts walking towards me and the horse just kind of like, kicked his leg back real fast. Just BAM! Kicked him.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
And then there's fishing, hunting, crafting items. You could be a good guy, you could be a bad guy, you can cook.
That's all. And Rosinka said, LOL sounds like he deserved it. Talking shit to his horse. Oh, damn it. I keep doing this. Ah! Why do I keep making this mistake? That's cool, man. I'm glad you got that game and are playing it. Uh-oh. I assume you're on the laptop tonight?
Yeah. Sorry, I heard it was LOL and then something, then it...
Oh. She said that it sounds like he deserved it, hitting his horse.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
But yeah. Yeah, if we ever get this freaking settlement for car accident thing that Bridget had last Christmas, I mean, we're actually going to get a decent settlement out of that, and hopefully, well, we got some debt to pay off, medical debt, unfortunately, because healthcare in our country is such that even with good health insurance, you can get tens of thousands of dollars into medical debt because of high deductible health plans. Oh, this doesn't bode well. Seemed like you were able to connect pretty well last time. I wonder if I need to like move here. Let me try moving further away. Remember when that like worked for a while? It's just like if you were gonna log in, I just walk farther away. Sherlock, hello, Sherlock. How are you doing? Okay, fly, fly, fly. Oh, you left the game again. It said. All right, hold on. Let me just get over here a little ways. There you go. Yeah. Maybe now it'll let you. Never actually like stopped around here and really looked at our surroundings around these glass tunnels and everything. Oh, and bye, Rosinka. Rosinka had to go.
Later. Alright, am I in? Am I safe?
Oh, I'm gonna wait a minute and see if your bars go up to like 2.
Yeah, right.
Because yeah, that one time you logged in and like after like 30 seconds, it went to 2 bars, and then it climbed a little bit from there. So Sherlock, what's going on with you tonight? How's everything been going?
But yeah, Red Dead Redemption, amazing game. I really don't think Bethesda is going to field anything that could be
That could be what?
better.
Yeah.
Because I know Fallout 76 is coming out. and there's no in-game chat option. It's all automatic voice. Like voice is turned on by default.
And it's
it's
an MMO, is it, or?
Yeah, it's an MMO.
See, no
voice
thanks,
chat.
man.
There's no push to talk option. Everything, all the communications on all the. Yeah, they're doing a lot wrong with that game. Sounds like. Right,
I'm not necessarily against the idea of voice chat, of not having voice chat. Voice chat fucking sucks in most games.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's on by default, and there's no push to talk option.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh,
yeah.
Like everyone's always going to be hearing each other. Okay, that's terrible.
Correct. Yeah. They wanted persistent communication.
Okay, well that's a terrible thing.
Yep. But on the brighter news, Activision has lost $20 million in the past 6 days.
Wait, why did they lose money?
Diablo Immortal.
Oh. Yeah, I ended up reading, of course, you know, it's huge news. So after you told me about it, I read a couple of articles. And, I mean, I think...
God damn!
I think they were incredibly fucking stupid for handling it the way they did. Wait, what, goddamn?
Like, just the reaction, you know, from everybody.
Oh, yeah, well, I think the reaction was a little blown out of proportion. Like, seriously, people... Man, I guess when you're young, you really care about video games and your video game companies, but now it's like, I don't know, like, there's a billion good games I could play. If they don't announce Diablo 4, I could fucking care less. But I think the true, like, good arguments for, like, why that was just the dumbest bullshit ever is because of the way they announced it at BlizzCon, which is a convention for PC gamers, and like,
yeah,
why would you announce that to an audience of people that paid money to probably travel out there, and that is absolutely not the target audience? Like, in what world is that like good venue to
Diablo
announce that?
Immortal, apparently. Yeah, the backlash was pretty severe, and honestly, I think it was needed. I mean, I think the fans needed to step up and say, no, this is not...
Yeah. I haven't played any Blizzard since we did our Overwatch stint. And I think, like, once I stopped playing Overwatch long enough, that was, like, enough for me to say, I don't think I ever need to play this again. I don't know, I just don't see myself ever going back to Overwatch. Like, there were times that it was really, really fun and cool, but I feel like it was more of a... Overall, I was more angry and frustrated playing that game than I was, like, happy and having a good time.
Yeah, the backlash was needed, and... Yeah, I mean, what they did was just a trip. But man, they got instant feedback. I mean, they were booed at their own convention. And the funniest part, in my opinion, was they had the live demo set up with like hundreds of phones for you to try out the new Diablo game. Yeah. Nobody, and I mean nobody, touched it.
Yeah, why would you want to play a demo of a fucking mobile game?
There was literally hundreds and hundreds of phones set up for people to try out this new mobile game, and there's screenshots of people, like of the demo setup, and they were literally probably 1,000 phones, and not a single one was being.
That is really surprising to me. Like, how does something like that? I feel like anyone with any common sense and that's in touch at all with, like, you know, what people want to see out of Blizzard and Blizzard games, like, would have known that was just a fucking terrible idea and the worst venue to do that. It's just, it is incredible.
It was a cash grab.
It was incredible that they had the gall to do that.
It felt like a cash grab to a lot of people, myself included. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, they even put shit up on their own website. Good year to be a Diablo fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Pray,
No,
do
that's
tell.
right.
And then you show us this mobile game? Like, and then he goes on stage and says, what, you guys don't have phone?
Oh my god, yeah.
Seriously?
Bad thing to say.
That's your response, okay.
Dude, I hate playing games on my phone. Like, I will occasionally boot up Pokemon Go when I'm out with the kids because it's a way for us to just be distracted for a little bit. But I would never fucking actually willingly play mobile games if I had any other option whatsoever. I mean, at that point,
Well,
like, just give me a book and I will gladly just read a book.
had they announced Diablo 4 and showed some screenshots of where they're at and what they're doing, and they said, but in the meantime, we've got this new
Oh,
mobile
yeah,
game.
it would have been perfectly
that would
fine.
have gone over.
It would have been fine.
It would have been right, but they didn't. They said, you know, hey, we want to appease to our Chinese, and then that's the thing is the game wasn't even made by. It was made by a Chinese company.
Yeah, I saw that too. Very, just generally, just a bad series of decisions. But whatever. You know, it's odd that, you know, they're owned by Activision and you feel like, you know, there's a real risk that if they're not smart with how they handle their shit, I could see them losing their autonomy eventually, and Activision, you know, eventually just being like, you guys...
Like they've already done?
Wait, say what?
You mean like they've already done?
Well, with
they've already
Activision?
lost their autonomy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Blizzard is making these fucking decisions. I don't think it's Activision telling them they need to make a mobile game. I think, you know, trying to chase easy profits. And there's seriously, like you said, there would have been nothing wrong with it at all if they just announced it as an extra thing instead of doing what they did. Like, nobody would have had any problem. They would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. But anyways.
Well, I'm glad the fans tore it apart, and then to compound the problems and make it even worse, they started deleting comments on YouTube and then taking down the video and resetting it, and then having YouTube delete dislikes. So there's actually, like, this guy took screenshots of almost like 20,000 dislike votes being credited back to the video. So right now it's at 500,000 downvotes and only 20,000 upvotes.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think social media and that whole system of, like, fans having feedback, I think it's all a mistake. I think it's a mistake. I hate YouTube. I hate social media. It has made the world a worse place.
That in case, yes, but I do feel that in the ability for them to get instant feedback about how shitty their product was.
The problem is that feedback is coming through a fucking fire hose. It's not coming through. That's the problem with it, is like, I mean, what meaningful, other than people just saying, I fucking hate this thing, a like or a dislike, it's just such a binary, useless thing. And the way, I mean, I think it's fine to be pissed off at them. Like, I think they're dumb and everything, but I'm not going to go on the internet and start harassing them and screaming and yelling at them, and I just don't think that's a productive way to handle it. And that's what those, you know, YouTube videos with hundreds of thousands of dislikes and just horrible bile in the comments, it accomplishes nothing other than people jerking themselves off over how angry they are and how much they want Blizzard to know how angry they are. Like, that's all.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
But I think it's very reasonable to be angry with them. And they know we're angry with them, so there's not really much else to be said. It's like the continued, I think, harassment and yeah, whatever. I don't know.
It's easy. Just don't buy their fucking product.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. You know, give some constructive feedback and say, yeah, that's a dumb decision. I think you guys are making a bad business decision, and I will not be buying your product. There, done. You don't have to
well,
call
the
them and be like,
investors-
"You guys are fucking sellout pieces of shit." Ugh. I'm gonna
Well,
dox
like I
all of
said,
you and.
they've lost a shit. I mean, their stock, Activision stock, has dropped quite a bit. I think
That's
like
funny.
12%, that's a big chunk
It
for
is.
all of Activision.
Yep, and you know what? And I think that is, I like that is a consequence. You know, that's another way for companies to be held accountable is, you know, you want to be publicly traded and, you know, whatever, you know, deal with the consequences of making a bad business decision. I think that's all the feedback they need is their stock dropping, or the stock of their parent company dropping, and just knowing people have no interest in what they're putting out. Unfortunately, I don't think they're not going to do anything.
Care.
Yeah, they're just going to continue on because they're fine.
They're going to make money on the Chinese market, I think.
Yeah, they will. And you know what? There will be and there already are other like great video game companies filling the void, like Rockstar.
Oh my god, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say an epiphany, but I have a opinion that Fallout 76 is going to be like No Man's. It's just going to flop.
Although,
and hard because they pushed it out way too soon before it was ready and adding a lot of shit that people don't want.
Although, if you haven't read recently, No Man's Sky has apparently gotten like really good. I've been hearing like almost universally positive things about
goddamn time.
No Man's
I mean,
Sky.
but the problem was they should have done that when it came out. It should not have been.
I think their hands were tied. I mean, because you know Sony, they delayed it as much as they could, but they're a small fucking team trying to do something nobody had done, and I think Sony was just like probably pressuring them to get the game out the fucking door, and they had to cut corners, and it's good to see that, you know, 2 years later they're still working on it, and they're giving every update has been free. So, like, anyone who bought the game can get all the latest stuff, and, you know, I don't know, good game development takes time. You know, it's unfortunate they didn't just call what they released a beta or something, but I don't know. I really think I think that is a case of Sony. You know, they needed that game to come out because it was such a big thing they'd invested so much marketing into, and
I think Fallout's gonna flop.
I think so too. I have zero interest in it. And I have zero interest in any.
Most of Bethesda does really good games, but
I just have no interest in any of their like MMO style offerings. Like, I want a single player RPG from Bethesda. Just anything else that they release that's not that, I feel like is just wasting time. And I mean, who knows how their resources are laid out? You know.
I mean,
maybe they could
Rockstar
dedicate
did it right.
more.
I mean, they took an incredible amount of time on Red Dead.
Yep.
Incredible amount of time.
And they pulled people in from every single one of their studios across the world, and like they basically had, it sounded like almost their entire team working on that game for literal years. So it wasn't just like one office while like all the other offices worked on other games. It was like a whole company pushing to get this one unified vision like out the door.
It's really good. South Park actually did a really good show on Red Dead. They were making fun of it.
Oh, is that the one
really
where
episode.
Is that the they finally atoned for their Man Bear Pig sins?
Yeah.
Like I read something about that today that like Matt Stone and Trey Parker, like that episode was basically, it's something they've almost never done, but it was kind of their way of admitting that they were wrong about you know, Al Gore's global warming, and you know, they kind of took a pretty overt stance that they saw global warming as a hoax.
They did.
And
funny.
It's cool. It's cool that they fucking released the episode and like, you know, like it sounded, from what I read, it actually sounded really clever the way they kind of indirectly admitted like, yeah, we were wrong on that one, and you know, global warming is real, and then reflected through the whole man bear pig thing.
It was really funny because they go to ask Al Gore for help because, well, there's this one scene where they're all sitting. I think it was like Olive Garden. This guy's like, you can't believe it just because you read some shit and scientists, da da da. And then in the background, like behind him, Man Bear Pig like breaks through the restaurant and just starts fucking mauling people. There's blood and body parts and intestines and just fucking shit everywhere. And she's and the wife's like, "Oh my God, it's right behind you!" And he turns around and looks for a second, stares at it, and he's like, "Just because it's right there in front of you does not mean that, what are we gonna do? It's already too late. There's nothing we can do about it, Karen. So stop making a big deal."
Well, you know what? That I think also highlights exactly what we were just talking about a minute ago. How fucking just shitty social media has made the world, because I feel like the most dangerous thing social media has done is it has allowed like bullshit fringe theories to enter the mainstream consciousness and actually influence like millions upon millions of people that otherwise would never be exposed to that crack. Anti-vaxxers,
flat earthers.
Flat earthers, like, man, it can't get any worse than that, but there's a huge fucking number of them because it's the internet. And everybody can get exposed to that crazy shit.
I think anti-vaxxers are the worst of the worst.
They are. Oh, dude, they fucking are. They fucking are.
Because
they're endangering. They're endangering other people. Like, they fucking eradicated polio and measles and all of that. And people want to like believe that fucking faked bullshit study that doctor that originally released that thing he had to withdraw the whole paper because it was based on bad science. And like they want to say because of a risk of autism, we want to bring back these deadly diseases, or the worst people that think that it's a ploy by the government to just brainwash us.
No, well, I mean, I've seen these like Facebook posts where people are like, you know, my kid's ears have been bleeding for like 7 days and he's going deaf. Is there any like essential oils that I can use to like help treat him?
People they need to read a fucking history book and realize. Like a century ago, women died in childbirth all of the time, and people died of the flu on a regular basis, and polio was killing people, and tuberculosis, and all of this. And that, like, because people didn't live through that.
Motherfucker, I just broke my pickaxe.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't even paying attention to the durability. God damn it.
What if I told you?
I was just on a rant.
I know.
Dog Wiener has died. No.
All right, Dog Wiener. Do you have a backup?
That sucks.
Hold on, let me see if I have something.
Fucking anti-vaxxers.
What's up, Tasery? Yeah, blame the anti-vaxxers. Like that is infuriating. And so there's a lot of them. We found out that in Nolan's kindergarten class alone, kindergarten class of 20-something kids, 6 children do not have any vaccines. 6 children, and they're allowed to fill out these special forms that give them a religious exemption from having to vaccinate their children. How do you like that? I love that you can just raise a religious objection to vaccinations and then still just put your kids in a public school with, you know, other children who maybe don't want polio.
I don't even know what to say to that. So I have efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, mending, pickaxe. What else?
Wait, you do have one?
Yeah, I have a backup.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so you have.
I do also have one mending book if you need something.
No, I'm good on mine. Yeah, you want unbreaking 3, efficiency 5, and mending. I mean, that's as good as a pickaxe is going to get, unless you want to throw fortune or silk touch on it.
No.
Well, I am happy to hear that wasn't a complete loss. I think that just underscores the need.
Complete loss.
Well, you had a backup.
No.
I think it underscores the need for us to, or for me to, repopulate my village and get another fucking mending villager.
Can't you withdraw your kid from the school for health reasons? Can't you say, like, I want to withdraw my kid because of the unsafe practices of some very stupid...
Well, yeah, I mean, you could, but, I mean, you could homeschool your kid or whatever. I mean, you can't just take them out of school and, yeah, I mean, you would have to homeschool them or put them in some alternative form of education.
Okay, so there are other options. That's what I would do.
But those people should be the ones homeschooling their kids. I shouldn't have to homeschool my kids because, you know, people want to not vaccinate their kids and send them into public coughing malaria all over everyone.
Wow, 6 kids, that's too many.
Yeah, it's far higher. I thought being an anti-vaxxer was like a fringe thing that, you know, like 1% of the population or 0.5%, you know, bought into, but no. People actually believe that shit. Scary.
It's pretty terrifying.
It just makes me feel like, I don't know. People need to be more forcefully educated. Like, I feel like it's a public safety issue if we allow dangerous ideas like that to propagate. And again, social media, man. That is the root. This shit just, it did not have a platform to gain that kind of visibility before we had social media. Like, as soon as we had Facebook and Twitter and all of that shit, so that anyone that thought anything could fling their ideas and thoughts into a void and have an algorithm, you know, blast that to everyone else in the world, like, all of the worst things bubbled to the surface.
How do you see what the numbers on your durability on your weapons?
Oh, I forget. There's a simple keyboard shortcut, I think, but I just don't remember what it is. Does anybody in Twitch chat know how Matt shows the durability numbers? I don't have mine shown. I don't know. Never bother with it. Silverfish.
Let me head over because I need experience, so I'm gonna mine up some of that stuff over there. Wow, 6 kids. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, vaccinate your children, people. Like, I don't know. I just feel like people should just take my word for it. The government is not brainwashing us.
Let evolution work its course. Hey, let me get that experience.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Sorry. Hold on. There's another one in here. Where the hell is it? I'm sure there'll be more. Aiden Cleaver, hello! F3 plus G, or F3 plus H at the same time. One of those two.
No? Oh wow, F3 plus G shows chunk borders. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
look out, look out, get back, get back. Run. You're gonna get killed. Oh shit, did you get any of that experience? I hope you got some of it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Just
It's actually
desperately...
FG plus H, but F3 plus G shows you chunk borders, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah. I should keep a reference of that handy. I don't know. I generally don't like to put those extra things on. Like, I guess I am of the mentality that when I'm playing a game, I've kind of grown to like minimal UI and minimal information, and just try to like, yeah, it just feels more organic that way, I guess. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah, Aiden Cleaver, thank you for the heads up on that. Much appreciated.
Yeah, good looking out. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am.
But yeah, you know, and it's interesting that, you know, it's not any huge revelation that social media is fucking terrible. Like, anybody who uses it will, like, very quickly admit that it is.
Dude, I've been saying this for years, and you know I have.
Yeah. Well, and you know I have too.
For what, 5 or 6 years now?
I've never had any social media unless you count my Discord channel, where I don't count that social media though. That's more like just a community hangout area.
That's exactly what social media is.
Not quite. Discord is a well-moderated community where, you know, you have to abide by the, you know, just our own etiquette and everything. That's the problem with those big platforms that, oh, we want to give everyone a voice. Well, guess what? When everyone has a voice, you're going to hear the worst voices more than any.
That's why I like 4chan and Reddit.
I think 4chan is a fucking horrible place, but Reddit is fun.
It is, but man, do I love it.
No, I think Reddit's fine. There's some really, really good Reddits out there. I mean, they get a bad rep because they've had some, you know, notoriously shitty communities, but nothing like 4chan.
Yeah, my only problem with Reddit is it is very biased. I'm going to say something very unpopular here. I think that Reddit is permeated with a lot of people with people with liberal ideas, which is not a bad thing, but they're bad liberal ideas. They're unfounded, and most of the time they're pretty hateful.
I would disagree. I feel like they've actually had more of a problem with alt-right. I mean, some of the most notorious subreddits are, you know, the Donald Trump one, and a bunch of others that exist solely to, you know, just push hate and racism. I think the problem exists across this. I think the problem exists across the spectrum. I definitely don't think it has more of a liberal bent than a. Yeah.
No, I think it definitely has more of a liberal bent. I think that some of the conservative ones are a little bit more. I mean, I should say a little bit, but they're very controversial and.
I mean, honestly,
like the conservative subreddit, it's actually pretty well moderated, and people on there are pretty cool. I mean, they're not. What do you want? Fuck off.
I think the problem with conservative ideas, at least in today's society, what has become conservatism, a lot of those ideas are just patently offensive. I mean, or just bad ideas to be propagating.
No, I completely disagree. I think those are Republican ideas. I don't think that's conservative.
Well, all right, you know, we can split hairs, but I think what the Republican Party is.
I think there's a big distinction, because I think of myself as a conservative, but I would never vote for Donald Trump.
I don't know. Whatever conservatism stood for before, I just feel like it's inexorably tied to the Republican Party.
Of course.
I mean, there's no other way to define it, or, you know, they're kind of the embodiment of that, and the Democratic Party is the embodiment of liberalism. Well, maybe to a lesser extent. Well, we have a two-party system. I mean, I don't like absolutes either, but when you're stuck with the two-party system, you have to deal with the shit that you have to deal with. Tasery says, do we want to talk about politics? Yeah, if it's me and Matt talking.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
yeah.
politics with any random people, but you know, I can talk politics with my best friend.
I don't mind politics as long as it's constructive and everybody is like, okay, I disagree with your point of view, but you know, I respect your point of view. Like that is discussing politics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, and I think maybe this is where you're going with this tasery, but I mean, it's just so visceral and it's just so hard to listen to most of the time. Because it's so bad.
There has to be a venue to be able, like, not that long ago, you could just talk politics with people and people could disagree, and something horrible has happened, social media, that I'm going to just keep harping on that, man. But it's made that kind of constructive conversation impossible. So you know what? I think it's good for me and Matt to be talking about politics the way we are, because it's a rare instance of two people with differing political views who, you know, hasn't gotten between us yet, and it's not going to.
I don't think it ever would, because
and because you don't buy into the majority of like what Republicans are standing for these days. Like, I don't think you're one of those people that you know, would advocate for putting armed troops on the border to shoot like those poor fucking refugees in a caravan.
Okay, but
if they so much as throw a rock.
No, and they wouldn't.
I know, but that kind of rhetoric, like, it just paints kind of, I think, where a lot of the mentality is at in the Republican Party. It is very much demonize anyone who is not, you know, I don't know.
But at the same time, I have some very conservative beliefs that I'm very firm on, that I just will not concede on, you know, gun rights being one of them. And it's almost to the point where people think I'm a little crazy, but you know, it's just my belief.
Come on, we've talked about that before, and you have more liberal views on gun rights than most Republicans, because you actually support some restrictions, some sensical restrictions, and making sure people are properly trained to use them. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But a flat-out ban on a certain type of weapon is not the.
Okay, well, you know, we can agree to disagree on that. But see, I think that's fine. I mean, I think it's perfectly fine. And, you know, if you have opinions on thinking government should be smaller because government doesn't function well, or that taxes should be lower, I mean, I don't think there's anything patently offensive or wrong about having those ideas. You know, I think it's important if, you know, if that's what people want to advocate for, you know, the true conservative ideas of small government, low taxes, you know, more individual liberty and everything. It needs to be consistent, and I think those issues need to be thought through. Like, you know, if you're going to have small government, how do you ensure, you know, we're supposed to be one of the wealthiest nation in the world. I would think it would be a good thing as part of that to, you know, be a country that treats its people well and has, you know, strong programs so that, you know, people can find more opportunity and stuff.
I wish the government was, and especially the media, was less in our lives, day-to-day lives.
What's up, Bird?
Because you almost can't turn it off.
I know.
You know? It's like, oh God, politics again. It's like everywhere and there's no filter. Like, I miss the days when C-SPAN was boring. That's what I miss. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want C-SPAN and the news to be fucking boring again.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's my wish. But no, we don't have to talk about politics. It's just, you know, first we got started on Diablo, and then social media.
Yeah, it evolved naturally.
Spiraled out of control. But, yeah.
But whatever.
My good friend actually just came out here, and he's very far on the left-hand side of things. You know, he was, you know, actually with me when the election came in 2016, and we sat and watched the polls together, and I don't know, it was just a good conversation, but I think it's just, there's a lot of visceral stuff out there, and no matter how you stand on issues, you gotta meet in the middle on things, on all things. No matter how strongly you are for or against something, you have to meet in the middle. There's a 50-50 divide in this country.
Well, and you know what? It's you gotta blame the rise of Donald Trump for so much of that, because if he that's just the frustrating thing, is that I don't think things were not as bad before, but once you get that kind of guy leading the country and leading that party, inevitably, you know, it's again a two-party system. So, you know, Republicans all throwing their hat in the ring and putting their weight behind Donald Trump and adopting his rhetoric and his points of view on things, and like basically backing him up. You know, that's what you got to do politically. I feel like that's unfortunately played a huge part in furthering the divide. You know, it'd be nice if you could see more shades of gray and more senators like Jeff Flake and John McCain who actually had some principles that they were not willing to compromise on. But sadly, like, that was a very small minority of Republicans. Most of them fell right in line behind Donald Trump, and I mean, that dude has said and done some fucking vile shit. Vile
it's
shit.
Pretty funny. I'm kind of an anarchist, but honestly, I think some of it also started back in Obama's era. As much as I know you love Obama, and I think he was an okay guy, but he definitely forced a lot of things down the Republicans' throats that they just, you know, got super pissed off about. And this is kind of
not really. He had some very strong checks on him with the Republican House and Senate for 6 of his 8 years. There wasn't a whole lot he was able to really do, and he tried. And healthcare
really pissed off a lot of Republicans,
yeah,
especially the mandatory tax.
But the majority of people support it.
Yeah. And I wish they would have gotten it right the first time, because then we wouldn't be where we're at. But
yeah, it was a compromise bill, man. It was compromise. That's what you get sometimes with compromise.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was on party lines. And that's, I think, what stemmed a lot of the hate.
Well, we needed a true, fully funded government option is what we needed.
I totally agree with a fully funded healthcare for all system.
Yes.
But
it wasn't going to happen. Not enough Democrats would have even voted for that. That's the problem, is that was considered such a radical idea that I think they were too cowardly to even try that.
And they shouldn't have even tried, and that was the problem, is they came up with this butchered, ugly thing that just pissed everybody off. So,
yeah.
But, you know, opinions, it looks like assholes, everybody's got one, and I've got mine. And it's not perfect, but, you know, that's the great thing about, well, I shouldn't say it's the great thing about politics, because sometimes opinions are dangerous.
Yeah, especially when social media is involved. Haha, zing.
Yeah.
Man, imagine what it would be like if Donald Trump couldn't just get on Twitter. Like, how much less firestorms would have been caused if he didn't have a tool like that to just, you know, I'm going to just say incredibly insulting things to one of the most, like, horrific dictators in the world just to antagonize him. That's a good idea.
Like I said, I'm kind of an anarchist, so I think some of the shit he says is incredibly offensive, but fuck is it? Like, he just gets away with shit that most people, oh man.
So I guess I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I have I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I have kids that have to grow up in this world, but I just take that shit way more seriously because, I mean, I genuinely care about the fucking future of the human race and the future of this country, and I can't laugh at that. I just can't fucking laugh. It is indefensible.
But he got elected, and that's the thing, is nobody voted, not enough people voted, and he won. Yeah. That's the sad part about it, is like, don't fucking complain if you didn't vote.
Well, I did vote, so I'm complaining. I get to complain. I get to.
But there's so many people out there who are like,
yeah,
Bernie didn't win, so I'm not going to vote. Okay, fine.
Well, so
consequences.
So I wanted to say, Tasery said, I believe politics, religion, and these things are good things that you can talk about in your stream, and I believe it will be interesting if you discuss with guys from chat. That's right, Tasery.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you're fine with it. And take it easy, Tasery. Sorry, you might have already logged off, but thanks for stopping in for a little bit. And then Bird says, my issue with the U.S. is this. If this is one of the wealthiest countries on earth, then why can someone work a 40-hour job with nearly double minimum wage and still be in poverty? So yeah, I agree. We could dive into that more. That's definitely a big part of why.
The downside of living in a capitalist society is, there is no such thing as, all equals. There's winners and there's losers, and that's just.
See, I don't know, man. That's
sad.
That's just.
But that's capitalism.
But you know what? That's what frustrates me is people just resign to. Oh, it's not going to work. Like, we're the wealthiest country on the fucking earth. So I would like to see us actually, try to, like we did with, we pioneered modern education. Like, it used to be that only wealthy people could get educations, but largely because of steps the U.S. took, early on, it became just kind of fundamental everywhere for like everyone to have access to education. And that was fucking huge. I would like to see the U.S. use its wealth and all of its great ideas and everything to challenge that notion and fucking create a system that has the best parts of capitalism mixed with maybe the best parts of socialism and something that could actually provide like a decent standard of living for every citizen. Like, come on, we're the wealthiest country on earth. We should try.
And that's exactly it, is we have to meet in the middle. Like, people have to understand that, look, we do not live in a Republican country. We do not live in a Democratic country. We live in a divided 50-50 split country. You have to meet in the middle on everything. Religion, politics, healthcare, welfare.
Yep.
I mean...
Well, you know what? Legalize and tax weed everywhere. That gets a bunch more tax revenue. Tax churches and all institutions of faith.
I totally disagree.
Why should they be tax exempt exactly? Why should a religious organization that pulls in money, employs people, why should they not pay taxes?
I think that religious. Okay, so I've never really had this discussion before, so kind of work with me here for a second. So if we started how would you tax a church? Because that money is supposed to be going to their faith and their faith outreach and their faith programs, and they have a pretty strong objection to paying for.
If the money any money that goes straight to work that would classify as charity should not be taxed. Work that goes towards building a new church and paying the payroll of the priests and the people that actually work and do there's a whole lot of that money that should be taxed.
But see, then I feel like you're almost double taxing religious people. You're taxing them on their contributions to their faith and to the government, and they have a huge objection to paying for government sponsored
any other business has to pay taxes. Any other for-profit business pays taxes.
And they're not for profit. At least that's the goal here. They would never go for it. Number one. Number two, they have a huge objection to paying for abortions. Huge. So I think that rather than forcing taxes on religious organizations, I think that there needs to be more oversight as to what organizations can spend their money on. Religious organizations.
Should a yoga studio have to pay taxes?
Yes.
Why? What if I believe in yoga as a religion and a way of life, and you're running a yoga studio that promotes yoga as a way to spiritual enlightenment?
Yeah, then I think it should be tax free.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's. Yeah. I don't think it's a for-profit organization, and I think that they have some huge objections to paying for, like I said, government-sponsored abortions. I know it's a hot topic, and a lot of people are very opinionated about it. I'm pro-life. or pro-choice, but you're not going to get any headway if you say you're going to be taxed and you're going to pay taxes. It's just it is going to blow up in your face. I think
I know it's not going to happen. I'm just saying,
Well, that's what I'm saying is rather than saying you're going to pay taxes, why not say, hey, you don't have to pay taxes on things like a new church building or salaries for your employees. But if you're going to be doing something like spending it on vacations for, like stupid stuff, like a jet, an unneeded jet, or, and I think that there needs to be more consequences for people who take religious funds and spend it, not according with, not in furtherance of that religion. I don't know. I just think that taxing religious organizations is a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Yep.
But I definitely think there needs to be some regulation as to what qualifies for a religious organization, like Scientology.
Yeah, Scientology.
So how?
But that's the problem is, people have literally invented religions to be able to fall in those brackets. And
exactly, kind of going back to your yoga point. So we need to find a way to establish what is a bona fide religion.
I don't know. I just think the simpler answer is just anything, whether it's religion or not, that operates and has a staff that they pay payroll to, and it basically operates as a place of business. I mean, whether people want to agree or not, I mean, a church does operate as a business.
Well, I would say
for the most part, and they do charitable things, and I think charitable things, sure. And, that could mean a large part of the money they pull in and everything is tax-free. But I just think in general, you talk about fixing, problem, being the wealthiest nation in the world, and how do you ensure that, we don't have millions of people living below poverty and everything. I think one of the answers is, making sure that taxes are fair, whether they need to be higher for one or another. I mean, I don't know. The way taxes work right now are fucking ridiculous.
I agree
that the wealthiest people, have so many outs for paying way less taxes, and the poorest people have to pay the highest percentage.
I would think rather than taxing religious organizations, we properly tax organizations that get revenue from generating business in the United States. GE, Apple, all those people with offshore bank accounts in the Cayman Islands, people who pay, organizations that make billions of dollars that pay zero taxes. That's what you need to target, not religious organizations.
Fair enough.
Because
there should be more than enough money from those alone that if they were properly taxed. And you know what? That's people like to say government, we don't want services run by the government. They do a terrible job. Well, they do a terrible job because they never have any fucking funding. Because everyone wants
there's some organizations that have too much funding.
Well, right. I think there's a couple things. They need to have better funding, and B, there needs to be some kind of a system in place for accountability and making sure, just like any business would hire the best employees who are going to, run the business best. The government should be the same way, instead of, how a lot of it works, which is like, in a lot of places, you get a job and you will there's almost no way to ever lose that job, and you could be as lazy as ever, and there's not really a system in place for you to be able to get fired for doing a shitty job, or
called the government.
And in a lot of cases, there's incentive for people to work slower and less efficiently. So I think you fix all of that, and actually get really qualified, good forward-thinking people running government programs and stuff, and then I think suddenly a well-funded government options for like critical things becomes a totally viable thing.
Yeah, I think that rather than taxing organizations, start taxing companies that make billions and billions of dollars, and making sure that they pay their taxes.
Yeah.
You know, hold them to the same standard that you do like
Yep.
any other citizen that's got to,
Yep.
you know, go through the ringer when they pay tax.
Well, and Bird is agreeing with us. He says, but that's what the government did. That's how people make up fake religions to become tax exempt. Oh, yeah, sorry, that was an older one. Fair point, but we should also tax individuals who are super rich with higher bracket. And that's exactly what Matt's saying. We all agree here. You know, there's really not so much separating different political ideologies if you're just fucking reasonable and don't assume everybody's arguing in bad faith. That's part of the other problem is we live in a society where everyone assumes everyone else is always arguing in bad faith.
So I also think that we should have a balanced budget. I know that sounds crazy, and I know they were pushing that for a while, but I mean, we have.
Can you, oh man, talk about the ultimate hypocrisy with the Republican Party. The whole Obama's president and the most important thing in the universe is that we balance the budget, and we're all going to have an existential crisis unless that happens. Republican president, yeah, let's raise the debt ceiling and just
$10 trillion later.
But yeah, I agree. I think that should be a priority, and I seriously,
really?
I think you
see, we're being in the middle.
Well, it is important. Again, if we want to be the wealthiest nation on earth, I think it means being smart about our finances, just like, I try to be smart about mine. I don't know. I'm optimistic that society can get better and we can solve some of these problems, but I don't know. I think there's too much of a vested interest on both sides for the parties to remain entrenched in, their ideologies, and there's just nobody wants to get a little risky and say oh, let's actually try some new ideas and maybe challenge some of these long-held notions about what the Democratic Party needs to be and what the Republican Party needs to be. And anyways, I don't know.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think things like hunting and it's a natural resource. Number two, it's actually population control, and you're preventing from the eradication of the species. Perfect example.
Wait, hunting what? You cut out a little bit.
Hunting laws, I think hunting is incredible. It's a resource. It's a natural resource. Number two, it's a prevention of, eradication of an entire species of animal.
You're talking about like hunting for, well, certain species, right?
Food.
Like hunting invasive species.
So.
You still there, Matt? You're cutting out pretty bad. Hey, Matt, you're completely cutting out right now. Hello?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I heard you say, can you hear me now? Oh, you just got booted.
Yay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, so hunting. I recently learned that, I blocked myself, that the mule deer actually, back in the 20s and 30s, there was a complete hunting ban on mule deer, and they became so populous that they almost killed themselves. They almost eradicated themselves.
Yeah.
Because nobody was hunting them. So due to... Hold on, I'm logging in here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So due to legalized hunting regulations, the species has actually come back. And we've never once eradicated any species of animals from legalized hunting in the United States. It has never happened. Back in the 60s, there was 30,000 turkeys left in the United States. We started enacting hunting laws, hunting hours, permits, stuff like that. Now there's turkeys hunted a year. There's more turkeys than we know what to do. So it's a natural resource, and we should be teaching our kids that it's okay to, go feed yourself off of, this beautiful country that we have. And guns are not, hunting guns. We should be teaching kids to hunt, rather, idolize video games and mass shooters.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't see anything wrong with, you know,
I mean, gun
hunting
safety,
culture.
I think, is important.
Yeah, I mean, hunting is a timeless tradition. Like, every culture has, you know, hunting has been a core part of virtually every culture and, you know, for some portions of society.
And we're preserved. So, you know, hunting regulations, allowing hunting, allowing gun safety, allowing kids to, you know, not be such pussies.
Yeah, you got booted again. It looks like your connection has gotten terrible.
I'm just gonna stand by here for a second. So, anyways, I think hunting's important. I think gun safety should be an option, not necessarily for all public schools, but it shouldn't be so frowned upon.
Well, hold on. Bird says, I try not to have an opinion with politics. I don't care what you think, so much as what we know is objectively true. What we know is objectively true. I think that a wealthy country should have wealthy people and better health. That is a very, like, that should be a basic, like, yeah. Wealthy country should have wealthier people and better, and more well-educated and people of better health. Like, yeah.
Yep.
That is, like, that you would think that's a universal thing everyone could agree on. The U.S. is one of the wealthiest and lacks both of these. It has one of the relatively poorest populations on least healthy ones as well. And that's actually, see, that's the sad truth is, like, you know, I know as an American, you know, I'm supposed to be super patriotic and so proud of our heritage, but, like, you can't deny the fact that, like, you look around at a lot of other first world nations and people there live better, happier, healthier lives than we do. I mean, there are a lot of countries where, you know, they don't have the homeless problems we have. They don't have the healthcare issues we have. You know, that they've fucking figured out how to make a lot of that shit work. I mean, maybe they're...
Don't go any further down than this. This is the bottom of the aquarium here.
Yeah, that's where I'm stopping.
Alright.
But yeah, no, I completely agree, Bird.
Yeah, I think a lot of countries...
Yeah, Sweden is a good example, Bird. A lot of the countries in the Netherlands, I feel like, are the ones that have kind of figured more of that out than most.
Well, but there's a little, you know, about the Nordic countries. You know, they also they make a ton of money off of, off of oil, more money than they know what to do with, and have therefore a huge surplus of money, so they can easily provide healthcare and stuff like that. We have squandered that money. Like, we have the equal capacity to make that much, but we have not invested it yet.
Well, our priorities are just in different places. You know, we put a lot of money into our military. More money into our military than, what is it, the next 7 nations combined or something like that?
Yeah, China's, I mean, rationing things up, but, I mean, I think it's important for us to have a strong military, but I think the price that we pay for some of this shit is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, for the price of one F-22, you know, $1 trillion program, I mean, we could pay off most student debt, if not all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. Again, I think we have the money. We're a wealthy-ass country. There's room for improvement. That's all.
Yeah, there's
just room for improvement.
But again, we got to get through that political divide it's getting further and further. I mean, it's getting worse every day. Much to everybody else.
And social media has fucking enabled that.
Yeah.
It wasn't this bad before social media. I mean, seriously, all things point back to the rise of Facebook and Twitter. Perfectly coincides with just that trend line of people that disagree politically just vilifying each other and I mean, just taking this stuff to whole new levels. Ugh.
But man, I've met people who are like, "Oh, you're a Republican or you're conservative, then you're a Nazi, baby hating." Like they just go on, and it's like, hey,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
people don't grasp the concept of nuance anymore.
All right, so now that we've politically talked our way through the end of this aquarium,
We're gonna
what's next?
fill it with water.
Do we want to do the walls, or are we gonna do that?
Let's fill it with
So I
water
think-
first, so we can float around and more easily do the walls.
Well, before we do that, do we want to carve out one layer
Yes, that's what we're gonna need to do.
along the edges?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's my plan. So I am getting up here. Oh, and we're gonna need one thing of glass. I see one that's missing over there. And let's
And
just...
we're also going to need to make a glass tunnel around around the minecart.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, let me go get some glass and stuff.
I have a stack of glass. I'm going to grab it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little more than that to truly get
Yeah,
that.
I would
that
say
thing
like
covered.
4 stack.
Yeah. So Bird now says, one time my stepdad said, and I quote, "If you fly another country's flag in front of your house or like another country more than the US, then go live there." To which I was like, okay, so that means you're funding my move to Sweden, correct? Which shut him the fuck up right away. Oh, so yeah, on the topic of patriotism, it's always strange because I actually grew up, I was raised somewhat religiously. But even raised that way, like, you know, when I was taught about the country, it was considered a very important and a point of pride that as Americans, we are allowed and encouraged to criticize our country. And that, like, valid forms of protest, you know, it is okay to protest our country and to not agree with what our country does. And even something as what some people would deem so severe as flag burning is a protected form of speech, and like it's a symbolic thing to do. It's amazing that stuff like that is just such a fucking lightning rod. Like football players kneeling, that should not be a controversy. That should not be a fucking controversy.
It's a little silly, in my opinion.
That it's a controversy?
No, that people would just get so butthurt about it. I mean, honestly, who cares?
Dude,
I don't.
that's how people protest. Like, that's seriously one of the most old school classic fucking ways of protesting in America. It's the most fucking American thing anyone can do. I don't know, man. Like, everyone has those moments where you disagree with what our country's doing and you voice your displeasure, and like, you know, you've got, I mean, there are some real issues with race, and I think, you know, they're protesting to bring awareness to some of the unfair disadvantages that certain segments of society face, which I think they have a very valid point, and they have every right to, you know, to protest how they see fit. And fucking kneeling at a football game, like how much less violent can you, like, what are they allowed to do if they're not allowed to fucking kneel?
Well, it's a football game, so I think it's just the wrong platform. But if you want to kneel, like, who cares? And if you're gonna get super uppity about, like, you know,
Yeah. Well, the reason I think it's an okay
people
platform.
kneeling, what about the Westboro Baptist Church? Like,
Well, I mean, they're allowed to do what they do, right?
yeah, they're protected, and they're protected to protected speech.
No, I think it's perfectly fine to do that at a football game for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, it's no secret that, you know, the NFL wouldn't exist and be as successful as it is without African Americans. I mean, seriously.
I don't
The
care.
vast majority,
Like,
and so like using their platform, and you know, it's a place to have a big voice to, you know, all they're doing is kneeling. You know, they're not getting out there, and you know, it's literally just during the anthem before the game. Which, you know, do we need to have the national anthem played at every game? You know, And if they choose to kneel during that portion because they just disagree with things, I don't know. That's pretty fucking normal and American to me.
I just don't care. I mean, I don't think it's the right venue for it, but I mean, I just don't care.
Yeah, well, and there you go. See,
I don't care.
we can totally just have our own opinions about it, and nobody needs to. You're not freaking the fuck out about it, which is what's important.
Yeah, I mean, if you kneel, they should be. You're an idiot. I don't agree with your opinion. That's fine. I understand what you're representing and what you're trying to say, but at a football game, okay, whatever. I think you're an idiot. But I mean, it should be left. I mean, it should end there, right? It shouldn't be like, oh, ban the NFL.
Yeah, on Donald Trump, again, fucking using that to just stoke the flames. I don't know. It's just all such a fucking shit show.
He should have stayed out. That's the other thing too, is they want to, throw their weight around on opinions and I don't get it. I mean, I think that what he's representing is an important issue, but I just don't see it that big of a deal that we've got to be so.
Yeah, I think it's just another example of, just how bad and polarized everything is.
Yeah, I think most people, and even most soldiers, just don't. They're like, if you want to protest. That's your fucking right to.
Well, and nobody's protesting the soldiers. It's so weird that is the primary defense. The claim is by doing that, by kneeling during the national anthem, you are dishonoring fallen soldiers, and that's not how that works. The national anthem, it is a song to basically like demonstrate your loyalty to a country, and if it's so weird that it has become an issue about not respecting the troops.
Right,
that's just not at all what's happening.
He's just trying to make a political point. That's it. That's just, and people need to understand. He's just pissed off about a subject and he wants to bring attention to it. Let him.
Donald Trump?
Who fucking cares? No, the dude who was kneeling.
Oh, Colin Kaepernick, I think.
Yeah, who cares? Let him. I mean,
exactly.
It doesn't. I really don't care, and I don't think most people care.
Yeah.
But again, the only people who do care are the people who want to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Again, Westboro Baptist Church, perfect example. They stand outside of the funerals of dead Marines and say, "Thank God for dead," right? And they are a bona fide religious organization who doesn't pay taxes. So,
yep.
Like, if we're really gonna get butthurt about someone, let's start with those fuckers. I just want consistency, right?
Totally. Yep, nobody stopped them from doing what they do. I mean, they have earned all of the hate, well-deserved hate.
Remember after the shooting in Arizona, they were going to come to Arizona. I think you're going up a little too high.
I'm just following, since it goes up every one down there, I'm just keeping the same height that it started with.
Oh, okay.
So every single row or step will have the exact same height that way. Yeah.
But you're too high. Look at the doors right here.
That's fine. Trust me, I think this is going to look cool because it's going to we'll have a spacious tunnel and the entire thing will still be enveloped in water.
Okay.
I don't know. We can modify it later if we want, but I think this is going to be cool. I like the way
those guys they were going to come to Arizona. The Hells Angels, they were like, if you show up, we will fucking. You didn't show up.
That's funny.
It was so funny. Even the police department was like, dude, we cannot protect you guys. Like, we understand you're like First Amendment and shit, but we're not going to fucking protect you from the amount of people that you pissed off.
Yeah. We're not going to protect you from the consequences of you exercising your free speech.
That's exactly what they said. They said they were not going to stand in their way.
Yeah. So Bird says, actual quote from a student when I was in high school. My dad was in Iraq and died for your right to stand for the national anthem or the pledge.
No.
Stand the fuck up and say then, no, honey, he died for my right to kneel and in protest of them because I think those things are bullshit religious observances that shouldn't be forced onto children from youth. Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that I don't know, you might hate this, but I have told my daughter, like, she is absolutely not required to say the under God part of the Pledge of Allegiance. That wasn't even part of the original Pledge of Allegiance. That was added in years after the fact.
Well, did you know One Nation Under God is actually not our motto? Our motto is Etherea.
No.
But
No,
it was
it's
later
not.
changed in the 50s.
Yeah, no, that stuff was added well after the founding of our country, which people conveniently forget.
Here's my opinion on it. I think that it's a good way to remember our roots and the religious importance that Christianity played on it.
I think it's more important to recognize we were supposedly the first nation to have government completely divorced from religion, and I think any reference to anything religious does not have a place in government.
I think it has a place of remembrance. I think it has a place of honored remembrance.
I don't know. Religion is one of those very personal things, and I mean, if you're Christian, then, great. But if you're any of those other religions that Christianity hasn't played very nice with, I don't know.
Okay. But, again, I think it's less of a religious prophesization, that you're stating your preference for religion, but more of a like, hey, this is kind of like the roots of our country sort of thing.
Yeah, but again, none of that stuff about under God or any of that was part of our country. It was added almost 200 years after the fact.
I think to solve a lot of those problems is we need to start teaching theology and public. We need to start teaching the history and the nuances of all the religions.
They do teach theology. It's called mythology. Haha.
Yeah, until you get to Christianity.
Oh yeah, that's the real one. Yeah. The Greeks. Greek religion. That was total just mythology, and the Romans and all of that. But Christianity. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so funny. I texted my mom. I was like, "Can you believe they're teaching Arabic? Arabic math or Arabic numbers in school now?" And she just got all kinds of fucking uppity about it, and I just started laughing.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we should start teaching theology early on, so that way it's not as polarizing as it is now. So that way people can make their own decisions about what religion they want to follow. We are completely separated from church and state, which is why we're teaching the history of all religions.
I do not think religions would want theology taught in schools, because I think they want to have control of that narrative, and having it presented to kids as like, hey, there are all these religions out there, and this is what they believe, and just shown as an objective, like, these are just things people believe, and not shown to them as this is the absolute truth. Don't ever question it. I think religions. Right, I don't think religions would ever go for having theology taught, because that's what theology is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the examination of religion, and just kind of from an unbiased perspective, like just a factual, like, hey, a lot of people are religious and believe things. These are the things they believe, and making no judgment on whether what they believe is true or not.
Right, but going back to your like, oh, religions would never have it. Well, that's not their place to say because of the separation of church and state.
I know.
You don't want to pay taxes, then you don't get a say.
Exactly. Exactly. See, it all ties together. It all comes back to social media and how much it's ruining us.
But, going back to your taxes thing, right? You're not paying taxes. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Right?
Like, I'm paying taxes. I have the right to be very loud because I'm paying taxes.
No, but what I'm saying is like religious organizations, they're not paying taxes. on their stuff, so they shouldn't be saying what is or is not taught in schools.
Oh,
There's
totally.
a separation there.
Totally,
They
man.
should be teaching like Christianity believes the Bible, they believe da 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 da. Or maybe, you know, you don't have to go into nuances, but
And
maybe the history
teach
about
Hinduism and Buddhism and
yeah,
all of that
there's
stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Like the history of Nordic cultures and how, you know, Christianity played a part, and you know how dates and Christmas came about and Easter, and like I think those things are important, absolutely important, because it's so I think that would sort of I think help people when they see that under God part. It's less of a, you know, it's more objective than a, oh well, you know, it's under the Christian God that I you know make my allegiance. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
but
think a lot
I
of
still
people think
disagree.
of it
I just don't
that
think any reference to God in a country that does not have ties to a religion, it just doesn't have any place, in my opinion. That's
Okay.
all. I mean, because what
That might
what
be a hard
that
sell.
implies is that everyone believes in a God, and I certainly do not believe in a God. Like having to say, like, you know, even if it's not a specific God, like I just think that's ridiculous. Like let it be all inclusive. It doesn't need to be under anything. You know, if you're religious, you can be religious, and you're
If they
welcome
changed
to
it back,
exercise
if
your
they
right.
changed it back to one nation under all, I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, let us atheists, you know, not have to, you know, get all tangled up in that God stuff. And
But atheism is also a
a form of what?
form of belief.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
You
it's
believe that when we die, nothing happens. It's just the end, right?
yeah, I don't know. I don't think the absence of belief is like saying that is a belief. I think the
Yeah,
absence of
absolutely
belief is
but-
distinct from actual belief. Because belief is like belief at its core is saying something is true. Like, you know, you believe in God. It's he exists, and we go to heaven when we die. It's my faith, and I believe it. Like atheism is more like there's not. I don't know. In my mind, it's you don't believe anything. If there's something you don't know, you just don't fucking know it. And, you know, there's no reason to, like, you know, come to conclusions on things that you don't have enough data or scientific evidence to come to that conclusion. So you just don't fucking know.
But that's a belief.
I don't think that's a
You-
belief.
I think the idea.
It doesn't
of
require
saying
faith. I think beliefs are founded on faith, and there's no faith involved in atheism. You don't have faith in
No,
anything.
so I think we're kind of cutting different ideas of the term belief. When I say it's a belief, it's something that you, if you will.
Well, so I think I like the way Bird worded it. Atheism, by definition, is the lack of belief. The lack of belief cannot be belief. I don't know. Maybe we can Google the semantics of this and have just Google.
Lack of belief. So all semantics aside, I mean, I think the point is I would prefer if we just said, together as one.
Yeah.
You know, e pluribus unum. That was really our original. I like the idea of it being together as one.
Yeah, I think that speaks to that. To me, that speaks to the inherent spirituality that. I mean, so speaking of belief, I mean, I do think everyone experiences some form of spirituality. Like, even atheists, I think, there are certain things, certain aspects to life that, people would maybe, would be spiritual by definition.
Like the birth of a child sort of thing?
Yeah, sure. And, I think a lot of people would say that, yeah, like, all of life is connected, maybe that gets into a belief, but that's not, like, that's not something like all atheists believe. I think it just, you know, I think that's the type of belief belief an atheist might have, is that, you know, all humans are connected. And I think that that's the type of thing that I think speaks, you know, it's a message that speaks globally to everyone. Okay. Matt just crapped his pants. Oh shit! Oh. Okay, I just realized this. Yeah, we want this to go down. So let's see. We aren't a religious country, but all of our stuff clearly references Christianity. It sure does. Yep, it does. Atheism, let's see, prefix A means not or the lack of. Atheism is literally not theism. No, I agree, Bird. What's going on with my music here? There we go. Sorry, my music got fucked up. My music was probably mad that I was talking politics still. Politics is a good thing to talk about when you're playing Minecraft. I feel like I've gotten so much done just sitting here bullshitting about that. Making sure I'm doing this right. Oh, this is going to be so fun to fill this thing up with water. I'm so excited. I'm so happy tomorrow's Friday. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. It's funny. All this talk of politics and religion has scared away all viewers. Oh, there was a time that I used to have Twitch viewers. That time is not now, though. I don't know why this song is just kind of weird to me. Beautiful. Okay, and...
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Catastrophe.
Welcome back.
I left the dog outside for like 2 hours. I forgot about
it. Did Connie wake you up?
Dude, he was barking outside. I was like, what the hell? Where's the dog? I left him outside. It's like 19 degrees outside right now, too.
Poor Orphy.
Oh, Indy.
Oh, I know.
But the funny thing was, is he comes inside and he is so happy.
He's just like, oh, I love you.
He did, like, I let him inside, and he started doing zoomies around the house. And he woke Connie up, and she's like, what is going on? And Indy, like, looks at her, and he's like, like, fucking bolting around the house in circles, just like, he's like, having the time of his life. Oh, God.
Man, getting a dog was like the best thing that has happened to us in years. Like, seriously.
I told you, dude.
A dog.
I told you.
Oh, dude, you never had to convince me. It was, I think, Bridget had to come around to it and be willing to have a dog. And yeah, she's completely admitted that she, you know, all of her concerns and fears were completely unfounded, and that she is so much happier having Poppy. Like, Poppy is such a good dog. She's just so sweet. Every night when I come to bed, she climbs up next to me and rolls up into a ball, like, so I can spoon her. Like, I have trained her to literally sleep next to me all night.
Yeah, I've not met Poppy yet.
Yeah. I'm definitely one of those people that, like, hey, if I'm gonna have a dog, they're sleeping in my bed with me, and I am fucking cuddling with them.
I don't like generally we don't let him in the bed, number one, because he has so much fucking hair. And number two, he's usually playing outside in the dirt.
So yeah, I'm just totally fine with that for whatever reason.
Like,
yeah. Ooh, I'm trying to figure this
try
out.
to go to sleep. Like, I have to, like, shove him out of the fucking way because he won't move.
No, that's the sign of a good dog.
Lagging super bad.
Oh, I can hear. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here with the... Actually, yeah, we're gonna bring this glass all the way up.
He loves the cold. If it's snowing outside, you cannot get him back inside. Like, he wants to be outside playing in the fucking snow.
How cute.
Yeah. Super smart dog. Just like, oh my god, I'll be right back. Let's dog outside. He's dying. The tunnel looks good. We gotta break some of these black overall looks good. Okay, so I have 3 water buckets that somehow are now empty.
Interesting. Where'd you get them? You got them from where? Did you just have some water buckets laying around?
From the river. I had to make 3.
Ah, gotcha.
But I also got some dirt blocks, and I'm gonna go up top and make a little infinity source.
Damn it, I'm gonna... Oh, wait, no, I think I do have enough glass. Yes.
So now, as my punishment, I'm sure he's gonna be cuddling next to my wife, and I'm gonna have to shove his fucking ass out of the bed. And it's not like it's an easy shove out of the bed. Like, I have to physically, like, fight with him for my...
Alright, well, I am up here starting to place the dirt.
Okay, I've got 3 water blocks.
Oh, we're gonna need a sleep. We're about to get attacked by phantoms, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna sleep in my... I forget, how do you make a chest again?
Wood in 8 spaces except for the middle. Wood planks. Okay, yeah, let me go over to my bed.
God, all of our rows of crafting tables is gonna have to be redone now. That's pretty cool.
What do you mean?
Because they're gonna have different. We're gonna have to have different crafting stations.
Dude, I'm so excited. Like, that is one of the most brilliant changes I feel like they could have made. Because, you know, I don't know. I guess some people don't like some of the changes Minecraft has made, but I pretty firmly believe that the core of the game...
What?
I don't know. Some people, I guess, just think the game was perfect before, and all the new blocks they've added has somehow made it worse. I don't fucking follow. I think the game has only gotten better, like more blocks.
I don't agree with that at all.
And better balance and more reason to do everything. Like the game has gotten funner and funner, and now I never even thought about just kind of how bland the crafting was, and just that simple change just fucking changes everything. Now when we build stuff, it's like we can purposefully build like better themed rooms and have more appropriate actual functional furniture in them. Like that's fucking huge. Anyways, hold on one sec. I'll be right back in just a few. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Should I get a few more water buckets?
Okay. I have 3.
Man, that should be
so I moved my router and my connection looks a lot better.
Oh, awesome.
I've got 4 bars.
Oh my god, that's like amazing. What band are you using on your wireless router?
It's a shitty band. I think it's like N or something, or G.
Is it the 2.4 gigahertz or the 5 gigahertz band?
2.4.
Oh, fuck, man. Get the 5 gigahertz band. Even though the range is shorter, the increase in speed makes up for it.
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for a new router. Connie's business is going to pay for a new router because all of their information is going through our home router. If they want a faster connection, they can fucking pay for it.
Do they want a faster connection?
Oh, I mean, so she's actually going back next week to get her performance eval and ask for more money. Mm-hmm. She actually just got offered another job with another company making about as much money as I do.
Oh,
so
man. That's great.
So some changes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's pretty excited. It's more of a sales job, but it's still going to be fucking huge. I mean, that would be huge. But if they're not willing to, buy me a new computer and upgrade our router, then we're done. We're going to move on. So it's kind of like a negotiation piece right now.
So wait, the job itself is a work from home job, right? It is not at all intended to be like you go to an office and she just happens to be working from home.
No, she actually she video conferences in on the East Coast every day, Washington D.C.
But I assume that's like a natural structure of that job. There's
no. So when she originally had the job, and the job was originally designed for her to go in every day, but she was so good at it that they were willing to try the work from home option, and it's worked out really well.
Okay. So then I guess, I don't know, I can understand why, if it was them making a concession so that she could work, then I could understand that. But if it's a new company that is saying like, I don't know how that would work.
So this has never been done before at her company. This was sort of like a test project to see if you can have an HR manager that would. So she video conferences in, and her face floats on a screen. So she's like virtual presence is there every day.
Yeah. No, I'm familiar. We use a lot of those systems in our office.
Right. So
I mean, working remotely and with like other teams it's insanely easy with the technology we have now.
Exactly. It's almost like being there, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
You know, we have but the problem is all of that data is going through our router, and all of the work is being done on my personal computer that I built. So they're not willing to upgrade our equipment. They're not willing to.
Yeah, I guess I'm just saying I can understand why they wouldn't be. If it wasn't something they forced Connie into, you know, if it's something that they and said like this is how you're going to work and wouldn't buy a computer, that would be totally unacceptable.
Well, they haven't had the conversation yet.
Yeah.
So.
But no, I bet, I don't know. It sounds like Connie does a really good job, and I would think there's a way that she can make a compelling argument to management that, you know, being able to expense a new computer would make her better, be able to do her job better and be a better benefit for the company.
Can you hand me a couple stacks of dirt?
Yeah, sure.
And it is, and absolutely, and that's exactly the conversation she's going to have next week.
That's awesome. Yeah, good for her.
So, but she's also got a job offer this week from a company that's willing to, like I said, a sales position, doing more sales versus HR, and the pay is about double.
Yeah, oh, that's fucking awesome.
So she's gonna go back, and she's also at her 2-year performance eval. So she's gonna and ask for either more money and new equipment, or where she's gonna walk. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it would. We could definitely have the property we've been dreaming and all the things probably in a year. Easily in 2 years, without any problems affording it at all.
You know, one awesome. Thing I will say is remarkable is it's amazing how, I mean, and I speak from, you know, this is what I have done personally, or like just how it's worked out personally for me. Having more money, somehow, you know, you would think we would like just have a lot more money. But it's almost like we have less money than we ever have because like our spending scales to our income.
Yep, I completely 100%.
It's something I'm kind of ashamed of, but at the same time, I don't know, I think it's kind of natural because if you're going to make more money, what is the point of making more money if you are not using that money and like maybe having a little bit nicer of a car and maybe buying a bigger house and, you know, maybe getting some slightly better food than you would get if you were still in college and just could only live on ramen.
Yeah. We shop at Trader Joe's. You know. Like
oh man, I love Trader Joe's. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, we go on vacations. I mean, we paid for the wedding in cash.
Trader Joe's and vacations.
In cash. Yeah, man, we paid for. Yeah. I mean, we've got nice stuff. Well, not a lot of nice stuff, but I mean, you know. We put a bunch of money down on the house that we're on now. So, but now we're looking at, you know, the property we want to get. So,
yeah, it is, you know, a lot of people paint it as a headache, but I am so happy to be, I think it's awesome being a homeowner and just the whole concept behind it and the fact that, you know, not only do you own what you're living in, but it is also like an asset that, you know, when you sell it, you get, you know, you're actually selling your house and getting a fair bit of money for it.
So we actually don't plan on selling our house when we build it. It will probably be buried on the property.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's great. And I would hope, I think we want to try to find that property at some point too, but you know, living in Phoenix, I'm not going to live in Phoenix the rest of my life. I'm just not going to.
Dude, you should really look at Colorado Springs. I'm telling you, the tech sector here is fucking crazy. And we have a complete democratic government now. State.
Well, no, so
Senate,
we actually have been looking at moving to Denver, but so these are my limitations. Awesome. What would need to happen for that to work? So I will not leave my company. I'm going to work at
Don't.
this company for the rest of my life. I've been there 10 years, or 9.5 years.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not giving that up, man. It's a fucking great job. They pay me well. The people I work with are fantastic. I just can't say enough good things, and I'm not going to find... Like, this is about as good as it gets. Like, I've worked at enough fucking places to know it doesn't get any better than this. So,
Do they have a Denver office?
Yes, they have a Denver office. So, you know, that's why it would need to be Denver. You know, I need to be able to move to where we have an office. And then there would have to be a strong enough business case. Like our practice, you know, we're within our firm, we are the software group and we write custom software. And, you know, we operate off of, you know, big contracts and everything that are sometimes part of larger civil projects. So there has to be an actual market and a viable practice that could be built in Denver. Unfortunately, our software is nowhere in Colorado. We've like chased 1 or 2 opportunities in the past, and neither of them worked out. But so I would think that makes it a ripe area for growth. But we have to kind of start breaking in. So I think it's in the long term. Who knows if we actually start making headway in Colorado and we get enough business there that we could have a local presence justified. There could be a future where I ask to relocate and become the person that kind of heads that up.
Okay, we have an infinity source block here.
Can you give me 1 bucket of water?
No, get your own fucking bucket. Bucket.
What's nice is I'm just
Yeah, so you would be about, if you lived in Denver, you'd be about an hour from me.
That's cool. Dude, it is the place I want to live.
Is it really?
Yes, Denver is where I want to live. I've always wanted to live in Colorado. And I think knowing that you moved there, and knowing that, we would have a friend there and everything.
Oh, dude. I can't say enough nice things about where I live, but I don't live in Denver. But if you do ever move up here, or, when we build our property, not if but when, we'll probably be about 20 minutes outside of Colorado Springs. So I mean, it would only be like an hour and a half to our property. And there's so much like winter stuff to do here, like skiing, snowboarding. Pot's legal, so I mean, if you guys, if that was your thing, you just go down to the local store and get your shit. Like there's so much fucking fun stuff to do here.
Yeah, no, it's very much the kind of place for me.
Yeah, I love it. And it's so pretty.
And you get 4 seasons, but it's not as nail-bitingly cold as like
a lot of
other places. I was a little bummed to see that it only gets about 15 inches of rain a year. After living in a desert, I would like I don't know, 40 inches of rain a year at least.
It's very dry in Colorado, but the nice thing is when it snows, all you gotta do is get your leaf blower and you blow all the snow off to your driveway. You don't have to shovel it because it doesn't stick to the ground.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we need to put torches all around the edge or the water's gonna freeze.
I think we're good.
Almost. There, now we're good. Yeah, see, we gotta keep this ice from forming. Where did all my fucking torches go? Did you pick them all up?
Yeah.
Can you, do you have enough to throw me some?
I'm almost done here. I mean,
Okay.
Did you want?
Oh, we need some on the wall over there.
Oh, here, take some then.
I just want to make sure before we break the dirt that there's not a single ice block. I don't want to risk it not filling up perfectly, because... Yeah. Alright, you think we're good? Oh, wait, hold on. No, there's something else that needs to be done. I almost forgot. Underneath. Do we still need to fill that in? Yeah, we don't want it to flood. We don't want the water pouring down into the minecart area, do we?
What do you mean?
Or the tunnel? Actually, maybe it's fine, because the way it would do it right now is it would fall down where the lava was before. So instead of lava, it'd be water trickling down both sides. I kind of like that idea.
Okay.
Dude, oh, okay. Sorry.
Do you want me to start breaking blocks here? And you can watch it from down there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna start on the back right corner. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, I should get in there and start picking up torches and stuff.
Is it coming down?
That's what she said.
Good so far?
Yep, good so far. Oh, we're gonna need to totally get a fucking conduit in here and everything. I love conduits. They're such cool items. Oh, this is awesome. I am honored to be observing this from down here. It's very cool. Oh, and then there's those caves along the side there. Do we leave the caves? Dude, this is awesome. I am loving this. I don't know why, it's just so cool. Hey, what's up, Arancio 2002? How's it going?
Take our block there to...
Well, I feel like we, we had some good conversations and solved a lot of world problems today. So, that was nice. Oh man, I love this fucking game. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Somehow my motivation just keeps increasing as we get more and more done. I just am excited to build more crazy big shit. Uh-oh. You logged out, or you left.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I disconnected.
I saw that. Alright, I will climb this waterfall. Oh, that's interesting. Why did that not break?
I'm lagging it, like it's showing that blocks are breaking and they go back and they're not broken. So
Oh.
I don't know if I'm the best one to be doing this.
Well, you want to switch?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna
It's gonna let me log in here. Sorry.
Ooh, I love how quickly I can climb. Wait, you're logging out?
No. Can you hear me?
Oh, that was another accidental thing. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you on your way up here?
Oh, yeah, I'm already up here breaking everything. You're not in the game right now. You've lagged out again.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. I just realized you didn't realize that had happened.
Okay, log it back in and tell me if I disconnect again.
I don't know if you're going to fare very well. Yep, left the game. I think like your laptop just can't handle all the water like that it's trying to animate, like rushing down or something. I don't know.
It's not the laptop, it's a connection that sucks.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. PvP, this is a private server, Arancio.
There, it's showing I have 5 blocks. Can you hear me? Like,
And what's up, Rosinka? What'd you say? You are like fucking rubber banding everywhere.
can you hear me?
I can hear you right now, yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand right here and just let it. Is there any way you can pick up some of those floating dirt blocks? It's probably what's killing.
Here we go. Yeah, Matt's connection. One day. You said you do not have Ethernet ports in your installed in your house. Matt. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Wait, I heard you say, "Can you hear me?"
Okay, I'm here. Hang on.
I'm getting all this stuff. There. Hope that's helping. Oh my god, this is such a fucking trip. God, I love the swimming mechanics now. It's amazing that swimming was so shitty before.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I adjusted my graphics a little bit. See if that speeds it.
Well, I hope it improves.
Nope, it's not improving, but it's still loading.
Oh my god, we're almost done. Alright, last bit. Oh, it's done.
Nice.
Right.
I think these floating dirt blocks is what's killing it.
Yeah, I'll pick the rest of these up. I got all the other ones. But then I went and created a whole bunch more. Bird said, I was about to say, you're filling bottom up, right? But then I remembered you can use kelp to fix the falling water. Is it even still truly falling water if you filled every single square in like that? I mean, I don't know why we would necessarily need water source blocks anyways, even if they weren't.
Hey, do you have your Riptide Trident on you?
No.
It'd be kind of cool to watch you launch out of this thing.
Yeah, I only have my channeling one. So this is what I'd be curious to know. if it's truly falling, then that would create an air pocket below here. Although, yeah, look at that. Falling water is harder to swim up in. I don't know, seems pretty easy to me. Oh well, but yeah, I think Bird is right. I think this is technically falling water, so we might want to get some, what do you call it? Kelp. And turn them into water source blocks.
Okay.
It also forces entities to fall.
Looks really cool, but it's really dark. So it's almost like nighttime.
We'll put some underwater
Yeah.
lighting in there for sure.
Cool. All right, we've completed the aquarium. Let's see how it looks.
All right, I'm gonna go get that kelp so we can. Yeah.
It looks really good. It looks like a giant glass aquarium.
Yeah.
I think that we should recreate a underwater temple
An underwater temple where?
on top of the aquarium.
Do like a little miniature
Maybe.
one.
Or a ship. Maybe we do a big ship on top. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Alright, I have 3 hearts of the sea. How do I make a conduit? Or do we not want anything?
No, we need shells. We need nautilus shells, so we need to kill a lot of drowned.
Okay, so what do we need to get this project moving?
Wait, which project?
The giant fucking aquarium? Unless you want to
Oh,
pause on
well,
this and go to Tucson.
Well, right now it's growing kelp in here. Like well,
Oh, you put the
so
kelp down?
yeah, we need. This sucks. We have to convert everything to water source blocks, and so we need to use kelp to fill that up.
I have an Aqua Affinity helmet. Do you want one?
I've got Aqua Affinity.
So what, we have to break the blocks in the bottom and plant the... That was the plan though, wasn't it?
To do what?
Plant kelp and stuff on the bottom and then...
Yeah, but we need it on like every square inch
Nothing wrong with that.
to turn it into water source blocks. But yeah, building this thing from the bottom up would have taken forever.
So we just put dirt blocks down on the bottom, right, and plant kelp.
You don't even have to put dirt. You can plant it directly on the stone.
Oh, cool. Okay, do you have kelp?
Yep, I've got a stack of it. I think we should get a lot more. It would make our lives a lot easier.
Okay, do we have more?
I don't think so. Okay, let me finish this last column here and I'll,
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you just
Oh,
finish
wait,
what you're
let's do
working
that.
on now with that stack. We let it grow, we chop it down, and we just keep reusing that. And then we just kind of...
Well, hold on. Let me just plant a bunch of these and see if they actually grow in the moving water. So yeah, this water is falling water. And you never know it unless you see it from the side. I guess we've been making that mistake forever, but now that there's actual like sea life, it makes more of a difference.
I can't fucking tell looking from the side.
Well, I think we put some coral under here, some sea pickles.
Oh yeah, I want to do like a big coral spiral thing, like a big coral tree, like going from the bottom, like almost all the way to the top on both sides, maybe even like connecting in the middle, make it look real lifelike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely put a lot of time into this.
Yeah, man.
I can't, it's so dark in there, I can't fucking see you.
Well, it's funny because of the way visibility now works underwater. Like, you know, my guy's eyes just adjust to it, and it's, like, real easy to see. Like, once you're actually inside. Okay, so why don't we... Do you want to maybe quickly fly over to our coral reef? Well, actually, no. There's not a strong need to mine up coral right now. Or is there? Maybe there is. We're going to need coral, and we're going to need more kelp. Why don't we just run out there and fucking gather some materials?
Well, I've got 5 bars on my connection, so I mean, we can give it a shot.
So weird how it just is fluctuating like that. It would involve flying. How do you feel about that?
Let me fly to Tucson to see how I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I seem to be flying okay.
For now. Alright, let me put these dirt blocks back.
I'm flying up to Tucson. Wish me luck.
Good luck! Alright, let me put some of these things back, and then I'm going to grab the map and everything, and I'll head out there with you. And I've already got my Silk Touch pickaxe, so that's good.
Map. Let me grab the map.
Okay. Oh, I don't need anything in there. Oh, and maybe I'll bring some buckets while I'm at it, so we can get some fish. Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of buckets on me. Yeah, I seem to be doing okay. I flew about halfway to Tucson and back.
Awesome, man.
Okay, what maps do I need?
I will tell you here in a sec. So I just made 25 buckets.
Okay.
It's just a normal amount. Okay, we're gonna put this back here. We are going to put that there. Yeah, we do have sea pickles here already, but we could always use more. So yeah, to reproduce sea pickles, you have to plant them on a coral block underwater, and then you have to right-click it with bone meal, and there's a chance that it'll spread pickles to other coral blocks in the immediate area.
What, isn't there a aqua, enchant for...
Or, wait, say that again?
Aqua enchant for boots, yes or no?
There is Depth Strider.
Depth Strider. I don't think I have Depth Strider. Can you put Depth Strider on... Let's see, I have Feather Falling 4.
Yeah, you can do Depth Strider and Feather Falling on the same.
What about Unbreaking, Protection, and Mending?
Unbreaking, Protection, and Mending? Yes. Yeah, you can put all of those.
And Depth Strider on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on my way over to the chest.
Sweet. Okay, what am I going to bring? We have my green shulker box. So I just need to bring an ender chest, really. And then, yeah, I'll get my maps.
Should we bring some shulker boxes?
I have shulker boxes packed up in my ender chest.
chestception.
That's right. I got in the habit of storing them all there so that anywhere I go, if I just whip out an ender chest, got everything I need. Okay.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, it is not map
cool,
178.
Sweet.
It
We had a
is. It's map 167.
Okay, hang on. Let me put this in channel.
That's really the only map I feel like we need. It's directly to the left of our plains biome, or of our. Oh, sorry, not our plains biome. Or no, it's not to the left. It is to the northwest of Tucson. Is where our coral reef is.
Okay, let me get my book or my map.
Actually, let's do this. I like that better.
I can fly! Oh my god!
Alright. Ender chest. Gotta remember to get the ender chest. It's the most important thing.
160 what?
167.
That's the only map we need.
Yes. Yeah, we can get to there. Just using that. Okay. Yeah, ender chest. And maybe we sleep again to give ourselves some time with the phantoms. And then we go.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to sleep.
Okay. Oh, wait. My ender chest is in the chest near my bed. So I gotta go over there anyways. Alright. And then we will get more coral. And sea pickles. And kelp. We need lots of kelp. That's definitely a priority. Alright, I'm sleeping.
Okay, I'm heading up to the top of my platform. So where are we heading first? Tucson?
I was just gonna go straight there. I mean, we can go through Tucson.
Okay, well, let me figure out where you're...
I'm right behind you. I'll follow you.
Still this way?
Yep.
Okay, immediately tell me if I disconnect.
I will tell you immediately. So yeah, I was watching something, and they basically said if you do this S shape right, you can fly pretty much indefinitely without ever using more than one rocket. You basically point your cursor 45 degrees up until the blast stops, then you point it 45 degrees down, and then you point it 45 degrees up and 45 degrees down, and you just weave back and forth, and you can kind of keep a perpetual flight going.
It'd be cool if they made, like, wind draft in the game.
Oh yeah, go fucking Pilot Wing style.
Yeah.
I've totally lost you.
Well, it says I'm still going in the right direction, so...
Yep, and we're gonna be near the bottom of the map we're on.
I am heading due west.
Yep, I think... Are you over the ocean yet?
Oh yeah, I'm on the map.
Okay, I see you. I mean, I see you on the map.
I can't
Wow, you
believe
got
I'm
far
actually
ahead of me.
flying.
You think X has done a video on it? Yeah. That's probably where I saw it. I see a phantom ghost of you. floating in the sky. It's so weird.
Oh no. I can't engage rocket. There we go.
Oh, I see you there. Alright, we need to go further south. It's not this far north. That's our prime coral reef. We wanna bust up this secondary reef. And I think it's right over here somewhere. Yep, here's our platform. Alright. So.
Oh my god, did I make... Oh, almost.
I'm getting a bunch of water buckets. Do you want me to share some of these with you so you can bucket up some fish?
So...
Oops. Hold on. Come here, take a bucket. I need you to take some of these.
Okay.
Here. Bark. Blark.
Here, I'm putting a chest down.
Here, I'm throwing them up. They're gonna float up to you. Okay, there we go. Bunch of buckets. Alright, here, I'm putting a chest down too. An ender chest. Haha!
Oh, my internet just took a shit.
Uh-oh. Well, good thing it took a shit while you were on this island.
Do you see I almost landed on, or I did land on the platform?
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna put all these water buckets in here too, so we have literally an entire shulker box full of water buckets. So if you want to grab any exotic fish while we do this...
Sure, let's see how my internet holds.
I'm gonna put my bed out here.
Here's a bucket of cod.
Oh man, I got some good stuff in here. Sweet. Alright. So yeah, since I have Silk Touch on my pickaxe, I will focus on getting the coral. If you want to work on like getting buckets of fish and what do you call it? Kelp. And the best way to break kelp is just go to the bottom of the kelp and break it at the base. And maybe leave the bottom kelp block so it can grow back.
Okay, so I have I have cod and tropical fish.
Awesome. Well, and tropical fish, that's the kind that there's like thousands of varieties of. So, like, I think it'd be awesome to have a huge tropical fish collection of unique varieties in the aquarium. Like,
okay, so
we could almost treat it like Pokemon.
So I keep collecting tropical fish is what you're saying?
Yeah, just, I mean, try to capture as many unique kinds as you can. I mean, I think it'd be... I love the idea of an aquarium full of exotic fish.
Oh, but they have to look different. Okay.
Yeah, so if there's a school of fish, they usually come in like a few of the same type. Just get one of them. One of each type. Oh shit. Gotta make sure I break all of these coral fans.
Never mind.
What's that?
Never mind, I figured it out. Oh, here's a puffer fish.
Do we really want pufferfish floating around in that fucking tank?
Absolutely, dude.
Do you want to get poisoned?
We're not going to be swimming around in there.
We're not? I feel like I've been lied to this whole project. I'm fucking swimming in that thing, whether you like it or not.
Well, then you're going to have to deal with the puffer fish. I don't know what to tell you.
That's so... just not fair. Just let me swim in the aquarium in peace. I'll just kill it when I get in there. Just fucking use my sword and stab that stupid fish.
You gotta have puffer fish to have an aquarium.
Do you? I wish this game had piranhas.
So every time I collect a bucket of tropical fish, it just shows the same.
Yeah,
Skin.
yeah, that's because they're just limited on the pixels they display for the item. When you actually let it loose in water, it will be the exact same fish you captured. These coral blocks are so cool. I thought in the earliest footage of the update Aquatic they showed like coral slabs, and like the coral that grew in the ocean looked a little more interesting because it had those slabs on it. That'd be cool if they brought those back. This is a very soothing task. So let's talk about our big picture plans, man. I feel like we don't often kind of plan out what like our next steps are.
Well, we've got Tucson.
Yes, and I think that should be like top priority pretty much.
Okay, we've got the aquarium, but that's kind of in the finishing touches.
Well, so let's talk about the aquarium first. So we've got it built. We're gonna need to plant all that kelp and get everything converted to source blocks, but I think we can go through and we can start putting prismarine in the walls.
Okay.
I think that would be a nice thing to start doing. And then obviously
Turtles.
once we, yeah, oh yeah, turtles. Totally, we want turtles in there. Does that mean we're gonna need to build a little turtle beach? So can they just swim forever? Well, if we want to spawn them up there, yeah, we'll need to build some kind of like little turtle sand beach outside of the water. But yeah, once we convert everything to water source blocks, then we can start putting the fish and everything in there, and then we can get some of the underwater plants like the kelp and the seagrass. We can plant it in a kind of a scattershot way. Just add some detail down there. Then get the coral and everything. So coral, fish, get some lighting, maybe add a few platforms. And then I think we call it good after all that.
Okay.
And oh, and I was thinking I want to like, I feel like we should do something else on the outside of the tank to like decorate it a little more, to provide a little bit of contrast. So I want to, that might be one of the next things I do. I was thinking maybe some colored concrete and doing like
What about like the blue?
kind of like a spine
terracotta?
around it. Or yeah, blue terracotta. I like that too.
I would. How do you feel about finishing up the Highway Imperious? We've got.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've actually possibly got enough iron to do what we want to do.
That was Sir William Stone's idea, I believe.
It was. We'll never forget. He still pops his head in here from time to time. Yeah, if you happen to come across a drowned carrying a nautilus shell, kill the shit out of it. It's Friday. so happy for that. Get any other cool fish?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some of the tropical fish designs are just like really, really cool. Like there were a few that I saw that were like lime green and black. It's like fucking awesome. Tridenting a zombie.
Yep.
Or a drowned, rather. I forget you're supposed to call them drowned. They're not technically zombies. Alright, so yeah, so, you know, back on the agenda. I feel like we finish, let's finish the aquarium, and then from there, let's finish the rail of the, what was it, the Highway Imperious, right? Or the Railway Imperious?
One of those.
Yeah, let's finish that, because I feel like that, I mean, since it's going to kind of tie into the aquarium a little bit, it makes sense to finish that piece along with the aquarium. And then, yeah, I like the idea of focusing on Tucson after that, and like just getting it done. Like, I bet once we get started on it, we'll be able to pull it together really quickly as long as we have the materials. Like, I don't think it'll take that long.
Okay, then what?
Then, you're gonna love this one, man. Seriously. I want to go back to our original base and finish everything. Sky Island. Go back to Sky Island. We finish your castle up on the cliff above the village. We finish any last remaining things we wanted to do on our main castle. We build a building around...
After you.
Yeah, I got him.
Trying to kill him.
I got him. We build a building around our fortress, or our stronghold. Properly finish the road that goes between Sky Island and the desert. Like, seriously, I would love to go back and do all of that. And then, you know, we can kind of mix in on and off, like, you know, maybe occasionally come back to the base that shall not be named, and, you know, just, you know, we can juggle a couple projects, but I think we should keep it limited to, yeah, some of those things.
I would like to finish the village too, over at Sky Island.
Oh yeah, totally. I think that would be included in trying to get everything else finished. Because, yeah, I don't know. As much as I've been playing, I figure, like, it should be achievable to get those things done. Oh, and the Mines of Moria. Getting that whole fucking village built in there and everything, like... I mean, we've started a bunch of really cool stuff, and I don't know, I'm ready to... I've been pretty motivated for a while now to, like, go through and just systematically work through all of those projects and end up with, like, a really cool finished product, or finished base. And then I've got the lore stuff that I'm doing, that, you know, it'd be awesome if you wanted to participate in that and add any pieces. But I think everything that we build, I'd love to have some kind of a story to tell for it. Alright, I think we have wiped out
the bad
an
news is
entire
my
coral
lag
reef.
is so bad I don't know if I'm going to be able to fly back.
Uh-oh.
We'll just have to wait till tomorrow for me to get on a better connection.
Well, the good news is, where we are out here, it's easy to get back to our base, as long as you have a good connection and you have a map on you and everything, right?
Yep.
How much kelp did you manage to get?
Nothing, I'm just trying to collect fish, and that's a
nice.
challenge in and of itself.
Alright, well, let's see here. I am going to Use my yellow shulker box. Put all this fresh coral in here. So add that to our collection. Sea pickles. And there's another coral reef a little further over that... Oh man, it's getting fucking late. I'm tempted. I don't know, maybe I'll actually just log out here. I mean, I feel like next time I log in, I'm just gonna want to do more of this. Like, I want to finish wiping out these coral reefs so we can have access to as much coral as possible for our aquarium.
So when you transplant fish, do they start swimming in packs? Or in schools?
I don't believe so. I don't know. Alright, so I just broke a bunch of kelp. There's going to be massive amounts of kelp floating to the surface. And by the way, man, that is also one of the best changes they've ever made in this game, is having items float to the surface of water.
Yeah.
I'm so glad shit doesn't sink anymore.
Oh, the lag is getting bad.
I think it got worse because I broke all this kelp. Hey, at least we can't complain about my internet connection anymore. Having fucking fiber is amazing.
Yeah, having fiber is great as long as the wireless in your house fucking work.
Oh, it does. I have the,
Yeah, well, mine doesn't. That's the problem.
yeah, I have the 5 gigahertz. It actually, the router they put in, I guess, is like a smart dual band router, and it automatically adjusts and will use the both bands as appropriate, like without you having to specify which band you're using. It'll switch your Wi-Fi. Like if it can't get a good signal on one, it'll automatically look on the other band.
Yeah, we're looking at getting a really high-end router here, probably in a week or two, which would significantly, you know, one with actual antennas.
Oh, dude, it makes a surprising difference.
Oh, I know it does. I mean, I work in networking, so I know, but it's just a money issue.
Yep.
Which should be hopefully changing soon.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. You know, unfortunately, it doesn't look like, you know, you need thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's like, you know, just a handful of things. Hopefully it won't break the bank. You know, ideally you get a new computer, but, you know, I would imagine just getting your internet fixed would probably go a long way.
Yep.
What's your frame rate been lately on the laptop with Optifine and everything?
30.
It's not terrible.
No, it's
I
just
could
the
play
internet
it.
connection.
Yeah, I could play with 30. There we go. That's a lot of kelp. That's definitely going to serve me well in getting all this kelp planted at the aquarium.
Well, lag seems to be doing a lot better.
No, that's good. Well, I think I need to call it here. Oh, and Rasinka said new router and NBN made all the difference here. I don't know what NBN is.
You see all the fish I got?
Oh, awesome. Nice. So just four more?
Let me just get these real quick.
Okay. And then, yeah, next time we log on, I am going to... Let's actually do this real quick. I just feel like taking a boat. I'm going to knock out this coral over here. And I think there's some over there, too. I mean, there's no reason any of this coral needs to exist, so that can go. And... oh, nope, that's not coral. That is just an underwater hell.
Okay, I have one bucket left.
Sweet. But yeah, let's definitely wait to release those fish until we have converted all the water to source blocks. And yeah, good night, Rasinka.
Good night.
Thank you for hanging out with us. It was fun as always. Yep. And thank you, Bird, for listening to our political and religious talk.
Banter. Yeah.
Talking about the most controversial things that you're supposed to never talk about. Sometimes, man, sometimes I just say, fuck it. I'm just going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If people don't want to hear it, they don't have to watch. I'm not doing this for the money anyways. I'm doing it because I just want to record myself playing Minecraft and chat with nice people. So, yay. Well, I will... Matt, I'll let you know. I'm going to do, again, Friday, Saturday. We'll do one night on the nursing home and one night on our server, assuming you're available one of the nights.
I got the shulker box full of fish.
Yes. Awesome. Well, shoot, let me just go ahead and put that in the ender chest just to make sure we are...
Oh, nice. You got a shitload of kelp.
There, yep. So the other ones I'm going to leave out. Yeah, that's my critical items shulker box. Like, I've got spruce logs in here, crafting table, my bed, which is currently out. So yeah, I've gotten in the habit of having, some key shulker boxes full of materials. So if we needed to, like, start a new base, I would have everything we would need to, like, get a bunch of basic shit together.
Yeah, I got my last interview tomorrow, so wish me luck.
Good luck, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and log out.
Yep.
And look at getting Red Dead Redemption. It's an awesome game.
Yes, definitely, man. Alright, well, take it easy, Matt. Take it easy, everybody else. And I will...
Yep, I'll let you know how tomorrow goes, and let me know what time Minecraft.
Will do, man.
Peace.
Later.